Hello, everyone. You want to say hi? Do you want to say hi to everybody? Everybody gets a free Jones moment. He's like, what the heck are you doing? He's tired. He's tired today, huh? Mm. Oh, you heard something. Squirrel. All right, let me get you down here. Do you want to sit on the chair or you want to sit on the... Okay, he's just spreading across there, right? All right. Hey, everyone. How are we? Oh, hey, Jones. I'm a year older, folks. Well, I guess I'm not technically a year older since the last time you saw me, but I've had a birthday. So, yeah. Ooh. It was a-okay. It was really busy. And, folks, I just, since I've learned that since I've learned how to develop my creative skills and write and be up in my fun little headspace where I get to be creative and imaginative, it is so hard sometimes for me to come down to earth and be away from it for a while because of life. It's just I feel like there's a part of me that just always wants to be there with the creative stuff. And I know that maybe that's backwards, and most folks really want the opposite, right? Like they want to be able to spend more time with their family. I do. But there was just a lot happening this last week that just kind of drained me a bit. So I didn't really get a chance to really enjoy my birthday. But you know what? I'm okay with that. There are some years where my birthday just feels like a Tuesday and it's fine and nothing feels different. And then there are some birthdays where I just really want to feel celebrated. So luckily, this was one of those years where it could just kind of pass by, and I'm okay with that. So, which is a good thing because really all focus was on my son. He turned 18 last month. He's graduating. He's got a music scholarship and he's going to a music college. And so I'm just gonna share a few pics from this weekend. Let me do this thing. Let me see. I feel like I've been away for a while and I don't know what I'm doing. Um, there. All right. So, we had family come in. I felt like they were descending upon us from everywhere. We had family coming in from Utah. We had my older son, who is wearing the black shirt on the other side of me. He is in the military. And so this is the closest he's ever been stationed to me. He usually, like, he was in Chicago and he was in Rhode Island and he was in Virginia and he was stationed on a ship and he's been all over the place. And for the last few years, he's been stationed in the same state that I live in. So it's great. We get to see him a lot more. There's a little bit of availability. So, anyway, I had to go pick him up and he was supposed to fly in to SFO, but airplanes being what they are lately, anybody who has to anybody who has to travel regularly probably has experienced this pinch, but just the airlines are horrible right now. So he ended up getting rerouted to San Jose, and then from San Jose, they paid for a lift to take him from San Jose to San Francisco because that's where I was picking him up. And I could have driven to San Jose. They're practically equidistant from where I live. But I was also going to SFO to pick up my son's girlfriend who was coming in from Vietnam for this. So we had two different people flying into SFO. I was going to be picking them up. I had to pick them up. It was on my birthday because that's just the way travel and our timelines all worked. So my birthday was spent going to the airport, navigating a bunch of flight issues, helping people get where they need to be. And then from picking them up, getting them back to my hometown, and then making sure that we were all fed and dressed and ready to go to graduation. So here we are. This is my humble little immediate family. And that's me, my husband, and my two boys. Um, Next. This is me and my oldest Joe when he graduated. Look at the difference. Aww. Okay, I'm just sharing. I'm just getting mushy. All right. I also have to share this because it was just fantastic. So I love when I get gifts that are so random and yet really showcase how well people know me. And so my son, my oldest, he gave me this card for my birthday and I just about died laughing because toilet humor is just it's just the best, folks. I don't know why people don't. Everybody in the world should love toilet humor. I think it's great. So that just cracked me up. And then he said, well, if you're going to put things on the fridge that Cash gave you, then you have to put this on the fridge. And I just thought that was just the cutest, sweetest little thing. He wants me to showcase the card that he gave me. So, is somebody knocking on my door? Oh, I thank you. I didn't need it. My husband's trying to help me out here. All right, so we have some pictures from this weekend with Cash and Jimmy. So I've never hidden this, but it's a very long story. But let's just suffice it to say that when I had Cash, my best friend had Jimmy, and they were 2 days apart. They've grown up together, and that is my husband's ex-girlfriend's son. And we are all best friends. It's great. So anyway, I tried to get them to take a picture, and this just showcases their personalities because actually I should have shown the other one here. Jimmy never smiles, hardly ever for pictures. He will never smile. He just wants to confound you and prevent you from taking any good photos. And so he did not smile. Cash smiled. And then I said, okay, you guys, can we just please get a good picture? Everyone smile. And then, of course, they moved to this. And Jimmy actually smiled, which cracked me up because that never happens. And then, of course, without planning, Cash decided to make a face. So 2 of my favorite photos from this weekend. All right, let's see. Am I caught up? I am not caught up. I need to tell you a couple things. One, I made a little update to my... What is going... I know what's going on with my screen. I feel like y'all are... Like, you guys should be up a little higher. Y'all, I need to get an actual webcam so that I can kind of position those a little better. And if you want to help me get a webcam, you can join my Ko-fi, K-O-F-I. There is a goal there. I have a plan to get one webcam for myself that can be pointed a little bit more strategically, and another Jones cam so that I can have Jones just because like I'm not obsessed already. I just want Jones to be with me all the time. And he can be with me sitting here on like he's right here. I can touch him. He is leaning against my lap. And yet I want him on the screen with me all the time too. Like I just he needs to be like here all the time. Does anybody else understand that feeling? Is it just me? I know I'm obsessed. So anyway, I made some changes to my screen today. While I work, I am going to share what I'm working on. I have been able to add a filter so that if I am working on anything NDA related, you should not be able to read exactly the words that I am writing, but you can see that I am typing, that I'm writing, that I'm doing the things. So even if I'm working on creating art, if I'm working on game writing, if I'm working on designing an ad for something, y'all should be able to see it. So we're going to give it a try today. Like, this is kind of the best time for me to experiment because, I mean, I love having my viewers, but I don't have as many viewers, that I need to worry about, like, the aesthetics of what I'm doing. So I'm going to kind of try a few things here and there. Things might change up. I want to hear from y'all what works, what doesn't, all of it. All of it. So today, what am I working on today? Aside from, I probably have a few little day job things I need to wrap up. I was able to take care of almost all of it yesterday, which is awesome. Mondays are busy day job days. But if I just crack down on it, it usually makes it so that I have a pretty light week the rest of the week. It might be like a 12-hour Monday for me, but then the rest of the week is really manageable. So because I did that, and because my son has graduated, remember I've been promising y'all, I've been promising a little thing, which is I'm going to try to find a way to normalize a schedule for myself. It's really, I mean, I understand that maybe, I don't know what I'm trying to say. In my life, I'm trying to create a schedule in a house full of rotating schedules. So my husband might be at work, might not be. He might be sleeping from a graveyard. He might be just in the yard. He might be asleep on the couch. Who knows? My son, Cash, even though he's graduated, I mean, for the most part, he's got a regular schedule now because now he's in Blue Devils camp and he'll be busy doing band stuff. But there may be times when he's coming in and out. So yeah, I'm really working on trying to find a way to normalize a schedule for myself. So what I'm imagining will happen, at least for the next few months, is Mondays will be my heavy day job day so that the rest of the week can be more creative stuff. And so that might look like on my streams, it might look like Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays are writing sprint days. And then Friday will be an after hours podcast and then move into a writing sprint on Friday. That's right now the tentative plan. I have plans for other things I want to do on my streams. I want to start doing like a gaming every once in a while and things like that. And maybe that's what the weekends will be reserved for. But so right now, the tentative plan is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, writing sprint, Friday, podcast and writing sprint. At about this time, sometimes I think I can start earlier, but then life gets in the way. I gotta go poop. Like, all the stuff happens that like just gets in the way in the mornings. So, poop happens, y'all. So I think this time works well. Everything's out of my system. I'm ready to work. I've gotten all the other like Yahoo things out of the way. I'm good. All right. I am trying to figure out what's going on. Are y'all seeing that in the chat? Like sometimes it seems like something is happening in the chat and then I look over and nothing is happening. If you keep seeing my attention turn that way, that's because I keep seeing something pop up like someone has sent something in the chat and then it's gone. So I don't know if that's like my bot admin like kicking people out or I don't know what's going on. Anyway, ready to work. So let's talk about what I'm going to be working on. So day job stuff. What else? Oh, yes. So my short story submission for Doom Scroll, I started working on it last week. I need to finish that up hopefully today. So I'm going to work on that after day job stuff. I did get my Farm to Table Frenzy map, I think, in a really good place, and I'm ready to play test it. I just need to kind of, now that I've gotten past the weekend, I need to figure out when is going to be a good day or days to play test it. So that's probably not work I need to do. That's just more of a mental load in the back I need to be thinking about. So work. I'm going to be working on my short story. Oh, I have to double check, but I believe I created a new intro and outro for the After Hours podcast so that I can differentiate it from when I'm doing these writing sprint streams. So I need to just go into my Canva and make sure those are completely buttoned up, ready to go. Probably need to create some stuff in OBS to work on that. I need to get my Ko-Fi caught up because I really, really want to start being more active on my Ko-Fi coffee. Still struggling with it. But I hope y'all know what I mean. Let's see. Oh, yes. Oh, I'm very excited. Today is June 9th, which means that everything that I have created for Fantastical Geographic is due by tomorrow. I think I'm in a really good place. I think everything is mostly finalized. There's just like a few final touches, so I'm going to be working on a couple of things there. I have some social media stuff I need to catch up on. I need to post the last podcast. I need to schedule some social media posts. And what else? What else? What's going on? I could probably, if I'm gonna start planning out, the next thing I need to really get working on, like I have Farm to Table Frenzy pretty buttoned up. It's just like writing it up to publish, but I'm good there. What I need to start working on is Liquid Hot Magma, because July is coming up. MagmaCon's coming up. I need to be ready for it. I started reading this module. Oh, that's very reflective. There we go. Tomb of Horrors. All right. If you've followed any of my socials before, I got to play in a game of Tomb of Horrors that Luke Gygax ran. And it was amazing. It was so much fun. And it was extremely inspiring to me that the way the dungeon is laid out, the feel of it, how very deadly it is, but also like you can kind of, if you really start reading the module, you can almost see how devilish Gary Gygax was when he created this. Like, just what a troll, right? That's kind of I don't know how else to describe it. I was giggling so hard. I was reading through this last night. I mean, I played it, but when I played it, I realized we did not even get, I would say if I had to gauge, we probably got through 40% of the dungeon, like as far as the locations within the dungeon. But in each room, I know we did not explore enough of every room. Like that's and then I read through the module last night and realizing just, I don't want to give away too much because I'm literally using this as a model for my adventure. Just knowing that there was so okay. I can I'm trying to figure out how to share. I think I shared this on one of my streams before. I don't know if I did. But there is a section of the dungeon where you are in a hallway. And I mean, you've been through everything before. Hey, Geeky Broken... Blah, I can't even say your name. Geeky Broken Hoodie. There's a hallway and there's a door. And you go through the door and there's a pit trap below and you fall. You climb out of that thing. And again, there's nowhere else to go. So either you continue going down the hallway or you go back the way you came and you've covered all that stuff, or you think you have. So you go down the hallway again. There's another door. You're like, this can't possibly happen again. You open the door and there's another pit trap and you're like, got me again. You climb out. I mean, where else are you going to go? You're going to go forward or you're going to go back. So you go forward again and guess what? There's another door and you're like, this can't possibly happen again. So either you think you're in the camp of this can't possibly happen again, so you try to open the door and you fall in a pit trap, or you think there's going to be a pit trap, but where else can I go? What else can I do? Like, and of course there is an end to it, but it's almost like when you read through the adventure, I feel like I can see Gary's mind at work going, if I just put this here this many times, it will be just enough to troll them. But then if they get past that, then they're okay. They go through. But we're going to do this enough times that it's annoying. So I just was laughing so hard. And there was a door here, without spoiling anything. There was a door that literally changed everything about the adventure that we were in. We went through this door and it changed everything. Nobody thought, and I didn't realize until last night, nobody ever thought, if we just go back through that door again, maybe it'll undo the thing that just happened to us. Nobody thought that. We just thought, well, screw that door. We're never going through that door again. I mean, genius. Anyway, very inspired. Hey, Wolf Wizard, what's up? Thanks for joining. I was just letting everyone know how I felt about being in the Tomb of Horrors with Luke Gygax when he was running it. And, of course, I think Luke knew, right? He knew what his dad was doing when he wrote this. So, giggled my ass off reading this last night. And now that I have read it, that's what I really need to be working on, is liquid hot magma and making sure that I kind of capture those vibes and that trollness of the dungeon. There's so much more here than you think. Like, I was trying to look at ASMR, everybody. Is that ASMR? Is it even pleasant to listen to? I have no idea. That module is a horror. Yes, it is. Okay, spoilers, everyone. Spoilers. All right. I'm going to show you the map. So close your eyes if you don't want to see it. All right. So it's not that big of a dungeon. It's really not. But there's so much packed in every single room, in every single step you take. And hello, ETU Circuit. I can't remember. You told me how to pronounce it, and I'm so sorry I forgot. So I'm just so inspired because I think maybe in my initial planning of liquid hot magma, I don't think I've planned enough. So I'm a little intimidated. I'm intimidated to get writing on it, but I know that the only way to chip away is to just chip away at it. And I think as I do it, I'll figure it out. The thing is for July, for liquid hot magma, I just need to know enough, because no one, I say this glibly, no one is going to get through this in 4 hours. So what I write for liquid hot magma, I don't necessarily need to get through this entire thing as far as writing liquid hot magma. Do I want to? Yes. What I really need to get down is just really nail that beginning and then have a good idea of a bunch of different rooms. And so what everybody might be getting at liquid hot magma is more of a playtest. But I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it if everybody else is. All right. So, here we go. Got to put this back in here because I want to protect it. All right. That was long enough. 30 minutes in, folks. I need to be writing. So, we are going to get to this new screen that I have set up here. Let me make sure it is good to go. Look at that. So now you can see what I'm working on. Yes, it is blurred. You should not be able to read every little thing on there. And if you can, let me know. Will you let me know? I don't know. But, all right. So I'm going to share where's my timer? My timer's not there. Hold on. Give me that focus timer. Why aren't you doing it? Boop. Focus timer. I really need to get a better timer. Oh, see, it's not even showing on the screen. I set this up before and it was showing. So, yeah, I definitely need to get something better that actually works. I want to hear what you guys are talking about here in the chat. What is this? I heard once the blue couldn't be Xerox copied. Is that why they did it? Oh, you mean the map? Oh, now that you've said that, that's really bringing up like a vague memory for me too about the Xerox. I don't know that that's true. I would love to find out. And maybe once I get started, I will do a quick search because I love little rabbit holes. But why can't I get my timer to work? Boop. Okay, well, maybe. This is annoying. Nope, that's not it. Why? Alright, I'm also going to turn up my music here. Can I hear my music? Oh, I know what's going on with my music. Because I turned it down so I could focus on y'all. There we go. Yeah. Might be a question for Dungeon Tutor. Bet he'd know. I love that. I love that we're gonna like share this with other streamers. And yes, if that's something that he might know, that would be awesome. I would love to hear it. All right, folks, this timer business is pissing me off. I'm just gonna start the timer and then I'm gonna work on it so that I can be in focus mode and be working. All right, folks. So 50 minutes. I am going to be in and out of the chat. I've watched some other streams and there are some streams where they are just like focus, don't talk, only be in the chat during focus time. And then there's some people who are like, they kind of chat every once in a while. Like, I don't know what camp I'm in, but I don't know. I think maybe I will do a little bit of talking during my focus time, you know? Sometimes people talk out loud when they focus. All right. In order to remind cancel that. Okay. And is my timer showing? No. Oh, that's what's going on with my timer. Look at this. Why did it do that? All right. And boom, we did it. Whatever works best for your amazing brain, you know? Yes, thank you for that. Because I do feel like as much as I want to be authentic to myself, I feel very cognizant that there are other people in the room with me. And when there are other people in the room with me, I will always lean towards putting their needs above mine, which can be very, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to focus on what is working for me when I know that there are other people around. So I thank you for saying that out loud in the chat out loud. And that way I can forgive myself for just doing what I do. This is what I do. This is how I operate. I like talking stuff out too. Geeky, I love talking stuff. By the way, all right. Shout outs. I don't have someone to help me do this the way you do, Geeky, but I hope I'm doing it right. Who else has a stream in here? I think Wolf Wizard, do you have a stream? Do you have a stream that I can shout you out? All right. Learning how to do shout outs. All right. This is my sandbox and I am experimenting with it. Um, okay. Well, let's shout out Wolf Wizard. If I can spell it, Wizard. Wizard. There we go. Can y'all hear music? Because I think ever since I've added this music to my stream, I don't know that I've had anybody in while the music is on. Can you hear music? And is it a good... You can hear music. Great. Is it a good... Me, Amber, use good words. Is it too loud? Could it be softer? It's so hard to gauge because, like, I can see how loud in OBS my talking volume is, and I can see how loud the music is. And so I just want to make sure it's not, like, really hard to hear me or that the music is, like, really loud. Except when your kids start hollering around you. Oh, man. You know, sometimes wouldn't it be nice if you had, like, just a little, like, volume button for, like, every aspect of your life? Oh, summer break. Oh, my gosh. Hey, I empathize with you. I'm so happy to be out of that season of my life. Summer break is, like, you know, I have no kids in the house now. So, oh man, I miss and don't miss those days. It could be softer, but it's nice. Okay, so I appreciate that. I kind of thought maybe it could be just a little bit softer, so we're just gonna kick it back just a little bit. All right, timer's going. I'm gonna get focused. We're gonna get started, and I am going to work on some things here. There we go. Let's see. Where can I do this? Oh, it's moving around. Oh, no. Okay, I'm still figuring out how to do this screen share thing, but that works. All right. Let's see. What did I want to do first? I guess I should focus on this short story. I really should. Okay. I think when I reported back last, I was like halfway through. And I've left myself some notes. Oh, I remember now. Because I was talking about writing it. So my short story I wrote, and there's like not really like time skips so much as like it's talking about an event. It starts in the moment. This girl's running away from a thing. You don't know what she's running away from. And then she gets a moment in a bathroom, a dark bathroom, and she starts kind of like going through what has happened. And it all started 10 years ago. So then we start talking about 10 years ago. But then there was another thing that happened 5 years ago. And then from 5 years ago to 4 to 3 to 2 to 1, like there's little bits of knowledge that she has figured out. And now here we are back in the present where she's actually trying to piece everything together and what's happening and why she's being chased and, you know, what is actually happening in the moment. So there was a bunch of confusion about kind of like just how you're hearing the story unfold and when are we now. So thank you. So I think that's where my trouble was I realized halfway through the story, gosh, I probably need to reframe this so that, like, I really wanted, I mean, she's a competent girl. So it's not like she would have spent all the 5 years of, like, never trying to figure anything out. But in a short story where I'm limited on words, I feel like trying to be realistic about her research every year is eating up a lot of space. And so what might end up happening is I'm thinking about seeing if I can reframe this so that she's really just, you're in the moment with her in the bathroom, and she goes through all 10 years and is trying to figure everything out in the bathroom instead of her laying out what she has figured out year from year. I know there's kind of a not much of a difference there, but there's enough of a difference, I think, that it might make reading the story less confusing, especially when I don't I have to be careful of my word economy. So, all right, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to reread this story and see if I need to what changes I need to make that a little clearer. My dog left me too, by the way. I'm very sad. He's on the ground now. This is why Jones Cam would be good. Ooh, highly distractible today. Oh, hey, Glaza? I would love to know how to pronounce that. Hey, everyone. Oh, I'm going to shout you out. This is a wonderful streamer that I came across who also does focus sprints. So if I'm not around, you should go check out their channel. Classical. Is it Glaza? Oh, I should get better glass. Can't wait till my glasses come in. Yeah. I think that's it. There we go. Yeah. Oh, okay. Liza Minnelli. I love it. Yeah. So, hey, everyone. Let me tell you. Okay. See, highly distractible today. Totally distractible today. I know I'm supposed to be focusing, but I have to share with you. And I'm going to talk about this in the podcast on Friday, everyone, because I wrote a piece for Fantastical Geographic, and I've been sharing with y'all that I've been kind of trying to write it from my grandma's, like not my grandma's perspective, but a character that I created based off of my grandma. So that's kind of like two sections removed, right? And so I was told by, Fantastical Geographic, hey, we're going to pull in like another reader just like for sensitivity reasons or just to kind of make sure that like everyone's happy with this. And I was like, that would be great. I would love to have another perspective on this because me being half white and half Filipino, like I feel like I technically still only have half the story of my own story. Like I don't know. So my experience could still be very different from like the typical Filipino experience and definitely from a typical white experience. I know that much, but so it was just very nice to have another perspective on there. And and honestly, it kind of brought me to tears a little bit. I told them later it brought me to tears because I am usually in the mindset of, hey, my culture is awesome. Like, I want you to experience my culture, but also I kind of feel like I don't want to shove my culture down your throat. Like, y'all are happy. You don't need to be in my culture, like, and so, getting the feedback of like, No, do more of that. Be more Filipino if you want to. Like, do that. Was really, really nice. Really appreciate it. So, thank you so much. That was classical. Oh my gosh, I'm still going to mispronounce it because you said Liza Minnelli. So, is it Glyza? Is classical Glyza? Anyway, and now I am a fan for life. So, y'all check out that stream. Yeah, Glyza. Okay. All right. Distraction over. I need to get back to my writing. That's exactly how. Awesome. So, yeah, you just jumped in. Classical Glyza. I am working on a short story. It's a horror short story that I submitted. They had some feedback for me, so I am fixing it up. And essentially, the main feedback is this is a story of a girl. It has to be horror involving social media. So my thought went to 10 years ago today. You know those little Facebook things where it's like 10 years ago today, this happened, and here's your photo. And yay, horror. And something, so her and her best friend basically took this picture 10 years ago. And then 5 years ago, it came up on her Facebook and was like, oh, look, here's me and my best friend. Well, her best friend had just died. And so she kind of like, oh, I'm going to share this picture, but didn't really want to think about, like, she didn't want to think about it yet. Everything was still raw. So she just kind of like posted the picture without thinking about it. And then all of a sudden comments come in of like, what's that in the photo? What is that behind you? What is that? And so she starts looking into this. And my plan for the story was we had 10 years ago and then we had 5 years ago. And I was going to break things in sections so that 4 years ago, now here's where she's at. And 3 years ago, here's where she's at. So it kind of feels like a countdown. And every year, something is different about the picture. And this thing is chasing her. And I realized, because I'm limited on words, that I can't tell the story in this kind of like broken up timeline. I can't make it clear enough for people. It's just too confusing. And so what I'm going to now do is go through and kind of clean up the story so that instead, I mean, we're already opening up with her running into a dark bathroom and kind of like running away from something. And then I think she's just going to have to go through this whole moment of like figuring everything out in the bathroom. And then there's the climax at the end. So it just feels like more of an overhaul than I really wanted to do. But I just don't want readers to be confused when you don't have a lot of words to really make things clear. So, all right, back to focusing. I have 35 minutes. Not that I don't want you all to distract me. Today just might be one of those days. It's my first creative day of the week. I just gotta, shake out the kinks, and I think once I find my flow, you might find me a little more focused. I can't even find the section in the story where she's like starting to figure everything out. Here we go. I think I'm there. All right. I love disjointed horror too. I find in a lot of stories, I've found in the past that I've done that before, with timelines and messing with timelines. I think I must be fascinated. There's something about it. But I need to get better at it. Here we go. 10 years ago today. Ooh. ETU, I love that. Two parts are happening at the same time in different places, but really it's the same places at different times. That's really cool. That's probably going to be a challenge. Good luck to you on that. I love that. My suggestion to you when you write that up is to get readers, and then I this might be unwarranted advice. Sorry. I'll be quiet. I'll be quiet. If you want advice, let me know. But oh man, I'm so excited for you. I love that. Oh, I love that for you, geeky. So shouldn't you be spelling that with a K then? Your cult game? Is it? Am I making that up, or did you were gonna do cozy cult with K's? Um. All right, ETU. All right, because I'm so distractible today. So my advice, if you haven't done this before, is when you get readers for your story, right? You need to, I mean, great that your husband has read it, but find some folks, and then what you tell them is, give me live reactions, like comment on the story, your live reactions. So as they're reading, if they think, oh, I bet this is the bad guy, then tell them to put a comment right there. Like, I think this is the bad guy. Um, this is weird. I wonder why this is happening. Oh, good choice to put the revolver under the sink. You know, like real live thoughts that they're thinking and reactions as they're reading it. And try to get them to like not give you the like, oh, you missed a comma, or like the grammatical, like, oh, this sentence was clunky. Like, that's not what you need. What you need is the reactions, because that will really tell you if you have cleaned it up to where the timeline is not confusing for them. Or like in some cases, like I will write with the intention of confuse. I want them to be confused here. So if they've figured it out and they do the, oh, I think this is the bad guy, then I'm like, oh, I have not done enough to confuse them right here. So getting the reactions is like, to me, that's the best way to figure out if you have done the job in the story that you want to do. It's just really hard, I think, depending on who you share your story with. Like if you're sharing with other writers, depending on their level of like experience, some just want to help you with like the grammatical and the punctuation, and it's like you got to tell them to like shut that editor off. That's not what I want right now. I want reactions. Yeah, I love the cozy cult with a K. I love that. It kind of reminds me of like, oh my gosh, what are they? I'm thinking of like a dessert. Is there a dessert, or am I thinking of Krispy Kreme? Because Krispy Kreme has K's, right? Am I making that up? What am I thinking of? There's like, I feel like I'm envisioning like a little plastic package of like ding dongs or something, and they have a K name. So for some reason, your cozy cult is giving me that like vibe, and I really love the K's. I don't know why. All right, focus, focus. Y'all, I'm having a hard time today. Maybe my story is not the thing I need to work on right now, because maybe that requires more focus. Ooh, what else can I work on right now? Oh, I know. Where is it? It's in home brewery. There it is. Yee. That one's better. I might have only needed to do art on there. I am so excited for this thing to come out. I don't know if I like the way this looks here, though. Eats up so much of the page. That looks better. Yeah, where'd you go? What are you doing? Yeah, why? Well, now you're just being a pain. I'm a little happier with that. Look at that, folks. I can focus way better on other stuff that's not writing right now. Maybe with the next sprint, I'll be able to focus more on writing. Oh, y'all don't need to see my folders. What the heck? I guess I can't do that, huh? Can I do that and not share my folders everywhere? Yeah, I guess. All right. Yeah, I think I like that better. Yeah, that looks good. Oh, now I gotta move this though. Where are we gonna put you? And then maybe... Oop, nope. Yeah, okay. Oh, I like it so much better now. Okay. Okay, I think that's done. Where's my list? Today is the 9th. Oh, I need to clean up my to-do list. So let's see. Perfect timing. Oh my. This is the screen you're looking at. Let's go back over here. All right. And let me start a timer so that I don't get just talking all over the place. I mean, did a lot of talking beforehand, but, I'm not mad at it. I kind of like it. um so I realized very quickly that I can't talk and write at the same time. So talking, which I was very happy for the distractions, folks. Don't get me wrong. I love talking with y'all. So that particular sprint was not gonna be conducive to like heavy editing and writing. So I just decided to move on to something else. If you were watching, I had submitted an art request for the magic item that let me turn this music down just a little bit. Just a little bit. There we go. I had submitted an art request for this magic item that I had created based off of that hag story I was telling you about. So it was called the Tooth Mother's Ladle, and it is a big spoon made of teeth. And I have zero artistic ability. Well, I say that meaning like drawing, any of that. Canva is helpful. So when I didn't get any kind of like feedback that there would be art made for it, I just decided I'm going to go ahead and create something in Canva so that at least can kind of depict the idea of what this spoon looks like, because written word can only go so far, and I can imagine in my head what it's supposed to look like. So I had created something in Canva with a bunch of different teeth shapes, and then, used Canva to kind of manipulate the image a little bit so that it looks more drawn, a little bit like, so we'll see. It's not where I would want it to be, but that's as good as I can do in Canva. So I did that because I wrote up the entire thing as a homebrewery PDF, which you will have access to if you are a member of my coffee. It just sounds so weird to say. Why am I so weirded out by it? If you are a coffee member. Oh, maybe I should say it that way. That felt much better. Okay, so if you are one of my coffee members, then you will have access to the Tooth Mother's Ladle homebrewery PDF. I also did a plain text PDF. And so with the homebrewery PDF, I just wanted to have some kind of image there. If for some reason at any point in the future some artist wants to take up drawing it, please, thank you, and I would love you. I will feature that and credit the artist in my PDF. I'll do another special edition, issue, if you will. And for those of you who have heard me talk about Fantastical Geographic, the new issue is going to be coming out soon, which is Baldur's Gate. So keep an eye out for that. If you are one of my coffee members at a higher tier, you will get the magazine and the Explorers Pack, which will include the all the magic items people have created, maps, STL files, music, art, all the other things that all the other creatives have produced to go along with this issue is in the Explorers Pack. So you have the option of getting just the webzine, you have the option of getting just the Explorers Pack, you have the option of getting both, or you have the option of just getting the things that I have created. So there are some different tier levels there. The other thing I realized as I was working is that my project tracking list got a little out of hand in the last couple weeks because my life has been so chaotic. So I then pivoted to cleaning that up, because there are some things that I have completed that I haven't marked completed. There are things that I added onto the list that I haven't like fully categorized. What is this project? When is it due? When am I working on it? All the things. So what's next in that list is I have mentioned previously that I am going to be going to Philadelphia Gaming Expo as a special guest. They have not yet officially announced it, but it is all in the works. And so I need to submit what events I'm going to be doing while I'm there. Am I going to be doing seminars, panels, running games, all of that? And so I am trying to figure that out. I haven't really had a minute to think about what I'm going to do. What I would like to do, because now that some of my writing credits are starting to get out there, or by the time Philadelphia Gaming Expo happens, they will be out in public, in the public, not out in public. I think I would like to make sure I have events where I can highlight, like, hey, I'm running this Paizo Pathfinder's High Seas Adventures because I wrote in this book, and so that kind of gives people an element of like signing up for a special guest event and like, oh, I get to play in this thing that this person actually created. So I think I'm definitely going to do a Paizo adventure. And because it's high seas, I'm also planning on doing that on the cruise that I will be on in June. So I'll have a chance to kind of like vet out that adventure as well. I have a plan to do the map with the sand and have people kind of like clear out sections of the map as they're exploring, which I think would be really fun. I haven't 100% thought about how I'm going to travel with the sand and the map and all the tools that they're gonna, all the terrain that I want to have. But I think it's manageable, so we'll figure that out. So yeah, I think I want to do a Paizo adventure. Also, by January, I will have Farm to Table Frenzy, and I will also have Liquid Hot Magma. I think would be so much fun because that one is like truly, my own. Well, I don't want to say that it's truly my own design. I mean, so is Farm to Table Frenzy. Words. Farm to Table Frenzy. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I think I just am more excited to play Liquid Hot Magma. Yeah, and then, I mean, I'll have like a holiday adventure, which is really only good for holidays. So I'm not sure if I want to do a seminar. Will people go to a seminar? This is the farthest east I will be at a tabletop event. So I'm not sure if people, I don't know what the vibe is there. Like the community, is it different than the conventions I go to on the West Coast? Anybody from the East Coast, let me know. If you've been to like both East Coast, West Coast, is there a vibe difference? Would love to know. Because depending on the convention, seminars can go really well. I'm trying to think, like Kubla Khan is probably the only one that they actually enjoy, like how to get into the tabletop industry seminar, how to get into the gaming industry. But if I did that at probably Pacificon, I don't know that there would be as much interest. So even on the West Coast, like conventions are just so different from each other. It would be really interesting to maybe what I'll do is I'll go to the Philly Gaming Expo Facebook page and see what they want. That could be good. I do Christmas music all year round, so why not a holiday game all year round? Okay. Well, here's the thing. So my adventure is a Krampus adventure. I could. I mean, yeah. I mean, and plus the Philly Gaming Expo is in January. I mean, it's still wintry, so you're right. Could be. That one went over really well when I play tested. I mean, that one is practically done. The only reason why it's not out in the world is because there are a few other like digital assets I want to create for it, and all of a sudden it got put in the back burner because I had so many other projects with deadlines that needed to happen. But essentially the adventure's done. Everything's written up. It's all done. I just have digital assets like tokens I need to finish up, and I think, well, I mean, I have a map, but I think someone was going to like put it into Foundry or something for me. I got to check in with them and see if that's what they were doing still. I don't know. But really, I need to get it out. Let's see here. The last game I wrote ran for cons was for K-pop Demon Hunters. That's awesome. You wrote that? Yeah, I'm so I really love that. I really love that movie, and I keep seeing people with. I've seen K-pop Demon Hunters come up as games at conventions. There's so many games, so little time. I want to experience them all. I want to experience them all. I don't know if I've not had enough coffee today or what is happening with my mouth and my tongue and just tripping over my words. Uh Wrote an original scenario based on Korean mythology. So cool. Hey, I am in that boat. I have so many cool ideas for adventures I want to write that are using like Filipino mythology and like the monsters and ghosts and things. Somewhere, sometime, I'll be able to work that into my project schedule. Such a great movie and such good music. I don't always. By the way, the timer went off. I should stop talking, but I'm not going to. Um, not yet. K-pop Demon Hunters. Oh my gosh, the music is so good. It's so good. I'm sure everybody has said that. I'm just saying things that people already know. It's very obvious. Okay, I am going to take a quick little potty break, and then I'm going to start this timer, and we're going to pick back up and I'm going to get my task list in order so that I know what I need to prioritize next. And then, depending on how focused we all are, I may do some writing. And if we're not very focused, that's okay. I will work on other things that are due. I have plenty to keep me busy, y'all. So, all right, let me do a little BRB screen, and then we're going to get moving here, folks. All right. Oh, that's not all in the right place, but whatever. Whoop. There we go. Also, for y'all who are listening to other K-pop, I would love some suggestions, folks. I'm pretty sure my tongue has a mind of its own today. All right. Worky work. Work, work, work. Pathfinder, Paizo, event. That's what I'm going to do. Thank you for sending that K-pop music video. I will definitely check it out. Right now I'm messaging the organizer of Page. I'm just trying to figure out like so with my timing and just knowing how I like to have some time spread out between events to like come down a bit. Like I get so amped that if I do them back to back to back, like my brain melts. So I kind of need like at least an hour or two between the game sessions I run, or I mean seminars I don't need to come down as much. Seminars are seminars, but so it means like Thursday I can do something at 7 p.m. Friday I can do a 10 a.m. slot, a 2 p.m. slot, and a 7 p.m. slot. So I can do that Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday I can do a 10 a.m. slot. And like that feels pretty good, but then I don't know. I just messaged the organizer of Page because I'm trying to figure out like is that good? Am I doing too much? Like I don't want to be the one special guest that's like doing too much when normally they just run like one thing a day. I don't know. Maybe I do want to be that person that's doing too much. All right. So while I'm waiting on that, let's work on the rest of my list. Yeah, that's kind of what I get so burnt. I don't want to say burnt out. That's not the right word. But depending on the convention, like I guess when I am a special guest, I feel very much an obligation, which sounds like it has a negative connotation, but an obligation to be there for the attendees. Like I shouldn't be trying to carve out time in my schedule so that I can game. I should be carving time in my schedule so that attendees can be in my games if I'm the special guest. And maybe like I said, maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm doing too much, but yeah, like I just saw a bunch of things on that schedule that I really want to do. But I'm not there to play. I'm there to be a special guest. So, um oh my gosh, there's so many things. Like I would love to do wow, I'm doing so much talking right now. But I would love to do the Alien RPG. Let's see. What's some stuff I haven't done yet? What's some stuff on this list I haven't done? I still haven't done Daggerheart. I mean, I understand the concept well enough, but I haven't actually played it. Deathbringer RPG is going to be there, and that's brand new. Would love to give that a try. I would love to see someone else running Draw Steel, even though I've played it and I enjoy it. Um, I've learned in the past that, you know, my DM and other DMs, like everybody runs things differently, and it's good to kind of have multiple points of exposure. Yeah. Let's see. Gaming with people should add your connections. Yes. GURPS. I've never tried GURPS. I can't believe I've never tried GURPS. Um, I've also never tried Powered by the Apocalypse. And I have had so many people tell me I need to write in that system, but I don't feel comfortable writing in it until I've actually played it. I've not played Cyborg. I might be fixing that this July though, but I've played I've played Pirateborg. I haven't actually played regular Morkborg or Cyborg. So these are all things. Mothership. Ooh, there's so many things I want to play. What else is in here? What else? The new, well, it's newish Pendragon RPG. Oh, I wonder if that means Rose is going to be there. I would love to do Pendragon. I haven't played in Shadow Dark or Shadowrun. Wow, now I'm getting confused which one. Pretty sure it's Shadow Dark. What else is in this list? Yeah. Oh, really? You can't remember the last time you saw a GURPS game at a con? Hmm. Hmm. Now I'm going to have to pay attention because I feel like I see it every single time I go to a con, but maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just, making it up in my head. Yeah, Cyborg. Yeah, I'm really excited to play Cyborg. I really want to play. I have yet to play a good. Let me rephrase. I have yet to play in a system where I get to like live out my sci-fi slash horror slash post-apocalyptic dreams. They have all been just horror or just fantasy, medieval fantasy. So yeah. All right. Okay. Enough talking. Gotta focus. Where was I? I was cleaning up my list and I was trying to figure out what games there are. Okay. I gotta schedule a play test, which may be. I don't think it's gonna be this week. It might be next week. Okay, I'm gonna schedule that. What's going on with my music? no button. Is there anybody on my stream who lives in like the South? Because I'm struggling with what you call like a riverboat man person. Like, are they a riverboat driver? Riverboat sailor? Riverboat. Maybe it's not even called a riverboat. I'm struggling because I'm writing about this area. I'm using this area as inspiration for a submission. This area that I live near. And what's funny is where we live, we call it the levee roads. And I realized I'm Googling, like, there's, at least according to Google, no such thing as a levee road as I understand it. There are roads that are levied and are taxed, but that could be any road, right? Like, the way I understand levee roads, like the levee road that I'm thinking of, it is a really windy, long river that literally, like, I could hop on the freeway and I could drive hour an hour or two, depending on traffic, to Sacramento on the freeway. But if I want to cut through the levee roads, as we call them, I would take this winding road that is right alongside this river, and I cut through all that traffic, but I'm literally driving like windy roads that are right next to rivers. So I just always thought that that's what a levee road was, because that's what we call it over here. It's not, but then Google says like a levee road is just a road that's taxed. So, so anyway, I'm trying to think about this setting where we have a windy river, and there, just like my levee road, there are roads that run alongside the entire length of the river. And then there are bridges periodically, so that if you want to skip from the left side of the river and instead drive on the right side of the river, you can. And then you continue along, and at some point you come to another bridge. And if you decide, I don't like the right side, I want to go on the left side, you can. And I don't really know if there's a particular reason for that. I haven't really dug into the history of our levee roads, but for those who live around here, each of us has our own personal, like, attachment to a side of the road, a side of the levee road, because, people I know, they say, like, the right side moves faster than the left side, because everyone takes the left side because there's less curves, but then the right side is less maintained, and so people don't like to drive on the right side. And there's all these things, these little nuances about which side of the road you're going to be on. Anyway, all that to say, I'm envisioning this thing that I'm writing up, and I need to create some NPCs around it. And I was thinking about, like, this riverboat person. It feels weird to call them a captain, right? Somebody suggested, Geeky, you suggested riverboat captain. But I guess, like, if you're the only person on the ship, driving the ship, I guess you would be a captain. I guess you would be a riverboat captain. I'm totally overthinking it. All right. Our rivers here are too windy or too mountainy to do that. Okay. Yeah. Me and Rob are writing up a game based on riverboats and railways back in the 1800s. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, this is, just so you know, Geeky, I'm not coming after you. I'm not writing a game. I'm just literally writing a contribution to someone else's stuff. So you don't have to worry. I'm not coming for riverboats and railways games. All right, let me get back to this. Okay, riverboat captain. Riverboat captain. What about someone who operates a bridge? Are they bridge operators? I would think they're bridge operators. I would think so. Okay. what was that name that I came across yesterday? I loved that name. Oh no. Hold on. Oh, okay, I gotta text my husband real quick because hopefully he'll remember. Ah, there it is. Husband to the rescue. Tiberius. I heard that name last night when we were watching something, and now I don't think I can use it for this adventure because I really want to use it for my next dog. I just love that name. Yee, everybody. Okay. We're only at 12:21 my time. That's pretty good. Usually by the time I'm around done with this stuff, I feel like I'm at 2 p.m. I might have another sprint in me after this too. I think this might be a longer stream. Um I'll set my timer just so I don't get to talking too long. Let's get over here. Um Okay, I'm thinking this out loud. I'm going to think this process out loud with you so you can see how this works, cuz I'm kind of doing this one from scratch, or you're getting me at the very beginning of this process. Um yeah, and I'm trying to figure out, I mean, there's no like NDA, but I don't want to get too there's no need to get too detailed into like what this is exactly for. Um All right, so I'm trying to create a locale for another company. Um, so I'm writing this up, and not only am I creating the locale, but I kind of want to embed into the locale's um, description and history almost like a built in encounter that you can use specifically for this locale. So this came about when me and my husband, we were coming back from Lake Tahoe recently. We went to go see that what was that? The Pink Floyd laser spectacular whatever. It was amazing. And so we were on our way home, and coming from that direction, you know, we would take the levee roads to avoid the major highways, and or what we call the levee roads. I'm just going to call them the levee roads, whatever. So we're on this windy river road, and my husband made the comment that the side that we always take, which is, we call it the right side, we're coming from the other direction. So technically it was the left side for us, but we know what we're talking about. So we're on that side. And my husband makes the comment that, you know, this side used to be so much faster because no one would take this side, which is why we always took the side, because we would rather have less stupid people, slow drivers in front of us who weren't used to driving the levee roads. I would rather take the crappy road with the potholes and things if that meant that I could drive it with no one in front of me who, you know, or they don't know what they're doing. Now, over the years, not that the city or the state or whoever manages those roads, they haven't done anything to make those roads better. But we've noticed over the years that that side of the levee roads we now have more people to contend with. So I'm not entirely certain why. So that kind of got my brain thinking about this encounter where essentially I'm trying to figure out how to explain this. I'm just gonna go there. My brain is gonna vomit all over you right now. All right. So I imagined that the purpose for having a levee road, the levee roads, sorry, where there is a winding river and two roads that literally run alongside each side of the river. Now, each road is different. It's not like they mimic the exact path of the river. Sometimes it strays away from the river just to come back. Sometimes there's kind of a detour through a town on one side, but the other side, there is no detour through it. There's no town over there. So there are differences to each side. And my brain started thinking about what a cool encounter it would be if you had heard that there was, I don't know, some dignitary that would be traveling through the levee roads, the levee area, and that you heard that there would be some kind of a rogue bandit ambush on this traveling dignitaries, you know, wagon group, whatever. And so there is a plot created to thwart this by having like three different proxy not that's not the right word I'm thinking of. Three different decoys, or two decoys and the real one traveling, because you could have one traveling on one side of the road, one traveling on the other side of the road, and then one actually on a boat in the river. And so any bandit group trying to attack this dignitary would have a 1 in 3 chance of getting it correct. And then this adventure could be, you could play it as the dignitary and guards, and try to thwart being attacked by bandits, or you could be the bandits and try to see if you can guess correctly which one is the correct one to attack. And then you have this fun element of like everyone is all within sight of each other for the most part. There might be some times when you are not, but there is the challenge of like if you split your party to like let's attack both sides at the same time, like your party is at least, I mean, 60 feet I think is not even big enough. It's going to have to be bigger than that, so that you can't just help each other in the same turn. You have to now make the difficult choice of, do I abandon this side of the road to go help my friends on the other side of the road? Or do I jump on the boat in the river? Or do I have to find a way to get back to this side from the boat that I'm on? There's so many things that you can do. So I'm trying to figure out how to write this up. And also, there's a lot of lore behind this that would indicate, like, maybe this is something that has happened before, and that's why the roads have been created. And so these roads are often used when there are dignitaries or people with special payloads. I don't know if I'm using the right word, that they need to transport. This is a excellent road to take when you have to transport goods that you believe might be targeted. I just find it so interesting. So that's what I'm working on. That's what I'm thinking about. So you're seeing me at the beginning of my process where I was kind of a little bit slower to write because I'm trying to find exactly the right word. And then there's something in my brain that kind of kicks in that says, hey, you're not editing right now. You don't need perfect words. Just get the words on the paper. And so then you start seeing more words showing up as I think less and just kind of word vomit on the page, because I can always clean it up later, but I need to get the thoughts onto the page. So it's something I've been working on when I write, because the inner editor in me wants it to be perfect from the first word. And that is not conducive to me producing things. So, let's see. I sent a message to the organizer at Page just to see if my thinking is correct as far as submitting one event on Thursday, 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday, 1 on Sunday. I think that would allow me more time to explore the rest of the convention. He doesn't seem to be getting back to me. So we'll see. Because my initial reaction was I should just go balls in, like every free moment I have goes to the attendees. But I think there is something to be said for having enough time for other things to kind of organically happen, such as networking, such as like last minute games and opportunities and things like that. Also, there are other panels and seminars that I think maybe I could be a part of, and I don't know if I'm supposed to just suggest that to him or if he's going to ask me to be a part of them. I'm not sure. Every convention is different. And I've learned that, if you want to be a part of something, you got to at least put it out in the universe, make sure people know about it. So I'm going to have to ask him, because there's one particular seminar I would like to be a part of, if they're looking for more people, and that is women in the game industry. I would love to do a panel on that. So we'll see. Let's see. I've tried that. It is not sustainable. Are you talking from the perspective of like running games or just playing in games, or does that not matter? I'm just curious. 'Cause for me, running games definitely taps more of my brain than playing in games. Um, so that's why I think I need to kind of build in that extra downtime. Um, oh my goodness, my music seems really loud oh no, maybe that was my timer. Never mind. Um, yeah, and the other thing too, whenever it's my first time at a convention, like I said, it's kind of the every convention has a different vibe and a different culture. Even though they're for the most part all the same, there are little nuances that I guess I feel I want to be more cautious and not overbook my time because you just never know. You just never know what you might need, what you might want to do, what might come up. Um, and in the case of myself, like how much time I might need to recharge in between. Um, so I went a little bit more conservative for me, which is one on Thursday, two on Friday and Saturday, and then one on Sunday. And I think that will be okay. Um, Definitely friend building and networking. Yes. Right? Geeky. Like, so I met Geeky at, oh, don't remind me. Don't remind me. I was at, I was in Denver. Wow, my brain is totally fried. Give me a second because I know where I was at. I know where I was at. I just gotta look up the name again. And I know Geeky's gonna remind me, but hold on. Don't say anything. I'm not looking at the chat. It was, it was Genghis Khan. It was Genghis Khan. Okay, so I was at Genghis Khan. See, now I can look. All right, Geeky. I knew it was Genghis Khan. So I met Geeky at Genghis and did not have as much time as I would have liked to really like sit and chat and get to know. But we have gotten to know each other through streaming and all the other stuff, which is great. So, but yes, networking is very important to me. It is very important. I really enjoy it. That is energizing for me. Um, all right, let's see. Oh boy, that light on my screen. Ugh. All right, my chat timer went up. I said I was going to do another sprint. And I think I will. I think this one won't be as long, though, because I am starting to get hungry, and you don't want to see me hungry. Focus time. So let's say this one's just going to be 20 minutes. 20 minutes of focus. And then we're going to call it quits. I'm going to call it quits for today. You should not. If you need another focus stream, and we're all still here together at the end, I will try to raid an appropriate stream this time. Whoever was with me last time, I apologize. I apparently raided like a sports channel. It was my first time raiding. I'm still very new to Twitch. I'm sorry. I'm a noob. I'm a little baby. I'm a little Twitch baby. So I'm going to try to raid appropriately if everyone is still here at the end of 25 minutes. Yeah, I'm hungry, folks. Okay, so I started running again, or I guess, can I say that I started today. But I really miss running and going on my bike, out and doing like miles and miles on my bike in nature. I want to be in nature. I want to touch grass, and I get to walk the dogs, which is fun. And I wanted to stream while walking the dogs, but that is harder than I thought because I have one dog who, while he's like a good dog, he's a good boy. Jones is a good boy, but he just gets really like reactive. And when I say that, like when other dogs are around, it's not like he's upset or pissed off. He just, like, you can tell he's tensing up just in case the other dog like reacts to him. And then I have Booger, who wants to be off leash and like touch grass as well. Like, he is just having the best time of his life when he's outside. And so he wants to be off leash. But if he's off leash, I can't stream and wonder, like, what is he doing? Is he running towards the street or is he running away from me? Which he doesn't. But, I can't do all those things. So I can't stream and walk the dogs, which I'm sad about. I might see about doing like a GoPro, and like when I go on my bike rides, if I start getting my miles up again, I used to do like 14 to 20 miles on my bike rides. And that was really fun because we have some really pretty areas. Like I said, we got a lot of rivers and like delta land and stuff. It's beautiful. Um, anyway, all that to say, I started running today. And so now I'm like really hungry. So we're going to do 20 minutes, focus time, 20 minutes, and then we'll end the day. All right, let's get to it over here. And, oh, my timer. Yeah, this. Boop, 20 minutes. Here we go. Do I still have music? My music stopped. Yeah, darn it. Where are you? Okay. Here we go. Why are names so hard? Are names hard for anybody else? Like, I mean, I could just name everybody Bob, but I need to come up with names. And that's a little harder to just word vomit on the page. So I might skip names for right now. Okay. Yeah, names. They either come to me right away or I have to agonize about it forever. Yeah. I try not to agonize too much over it. Like, I just don't want it to be too. I don't want it to be too flippant or too on the nose. So I don't want it to be, if this is, medieval fantasy that I'm writing, I don't think I want the character's name to be Bob, but I also don't want the character's name to be, I don't know, Redbeard the riverboat captain. Like, I want something in between that still feels fantasy but doesn't feel too on the nose. Um so hopefully, I mean, I feel like I'm allowing myself a wider range to select from. I just have to find the right thing. Yeah, the name generator website is really helpful. Yeah, I'm skipping names right now. I'm going more into the lore. Aw, thank you. I hope you have a good time. Take your daughter to your appointment, and hey, I'm glad you enjoyed my stream. Spelling is hard. There are some days when the word the does not look right on the page, so I totally get it. Yeah. It's pretty bad when dessert happens when you want dessert or vice versa. Hey, you know what? When dessert happens, That could be a good thing. To this day. Okay. Oh, now you've got the word disaster in my head, geeky. I gotta think of a different word. I need a word for like devastation. That's the word I'm thinking of. Devastation. Desserts and Disasters, the Pastry TTRPG. That sounds like a lot of fun. Add that to your list of many things you will be writing. Uh, yeah, that sure does. Indeed, it sounds like a cozy TTRPG. I can see so many ways that that could be played out. I feel like there should be some kind of like knowledge check involved uh, in order to get the disaster to happen. I will tell you right now, I have been cooking all my freaking life. I know how to cook, I know how to use a microwave. And I could probably find the link to the video I put out. I think this must have been like 2 years ago. But I microwaved an egg, which I've done many times before. I know how to microwave an egg to where it won't explode on me. And yet something happened. I don't really recall. Like, I'm sure I said what happened in the video. I don't know what I did wrong. But I pulled the egg out of the microwave and then it like exploded and there was literally egg on my face. And I looked up and there's like egg on the ceiling and it's like dripping down on my hair. There was egg in my hair. It was just wild. Anyway, it was so funny. And I shared it like immediately on social media before I cleaned egg out of my hair. talk about spelling things wrong. I just spelled Hale, Hale. That's not a difficult word to spell. Big thanks to the person who came up with spell check. That's funny. All right, I think I'm at a point where I need to look at names, and we only have 2 minutes left, so that's not too bad. That's not what I need. Give me names. Hmm. See, some of these are too elf folklore, long strings of vowels that no one can pronounce. That's not what I need. uh, and then we go into this is where I was talking about, it's too on the nose. I need to come up with a few like rogues and bandits, and I mean, Mad Eye Tanner is it's a good brigand kind of name, but I don't know. It feels a little too on the nose for me. I need something that kind of fits. Like, it could be a bandit name, but it could also serve as like maybe just a weird normal name. I'm being too picky. I'm sure I'm being too picky. Hydrate. All right. Perfect timing. I will definitely hydrate. I don't have my special teacup out today, but I do have my handy dandy daily drinker. Oh, yeah, I was going to say I'm still sharing my screen, but okay. Let's do it. That was very good. Lemon flavored water. Because for some reason, me saying that water tastes gross has gotten me a lot of views. It still cracks me up. I'm not sure why. All right. Let's just this time. I'm going to let the timer count down because for some reason there's a part of me that can't just stop it. It needs to finish its process. And there's some food for me. Thank you for redeeming Random Bean. All right, hold on. Okay. I'll wait until we get to full screen. Here we go. Full screen. Boop. And let me turn down the music. All right. Last time Random Bean was redeemed, my bag was almost all licorice because I have been eating out of it and trying to save the licorice because I hate it. And that way there will be more of a chance for y'all to see me eat the bean that I really don't want to eat. One of the beans that I really don't want to eat. Since then, I have bought more jelly beans, which probably is like I'm ruining your fun, right? So here's one that's a standard bag. Here's one. I basically took some of the standard bag and threw it into the bag that has more licorice. So the chances are still high. I didn't fill it in all the way. But, you know, you guys got me last time. Is it really necessary that you have to get me again this time? I hope not. I hope you love me more than that. All right, random bean. Here we go. So you guys can see that, right? Okay, I'm going to close my eyes. I don't know. Okay, this one feels like a winner. I don't know where the camera is, but I'm thinking it's somewhere around here. Hopefully y'all can see that. I don't know what flavor this is. You still got me. Oh, come on. What are the chances? 2 in a row. Horrible. I don't know if I need you in my stream anymore, sir. I'm just kidding. Oh, it's so funny. Yeah, it's a good thing I got lunch after this. Got that taste out of my mouth. Who remembers Good and Plenty? Am I remembering this correctly? My husband and I were watching a movie, and they were talking about Good and Plenty. And he goes, "Oh, you would be so excited if they brought that back." And I was like, no. If I remember correctly, those are like the pink and purple and white ones that tasted like licorice. Like, no. Is it, am I right? Do they still have it? Okay, for some reason, I haven't seen them in a while. But no. No. Even like red vines. I know red vines are not technically licorice. I think they're supposed to be like strawberry flavored. But I just have such horrible memories of eating licorice vines that the red vines are still like, I don't know. Anyway. Hey folks, we did it. We did a 3-hour stream. This is the longest one I've done. And I feel really good. I'm in a good place with work. I did a lot of stuff today. I did not get to my short story edits. But I think tomorrow I will be in a better headspace. Now that we've had a little bit of a chance to like hang out today and chat and shenanigans and licorice, like we're going to focus maybe a little more tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see. But I feel like I'm going to get a lot done this week. I'm very excited about that. I'm very excited about trying to get onto a regular schedule. So thank you for sticking around with me. Let me try to raid an appropriate channel.